Hello, my name is Ben Driver, and I have the great privilege of being able to preach for the Mount Vernon Church of Christ, located in Mount Vernon, Ohio. This video series is one that I am very, very excited about. We're going to be talking about the gospel of Jesus Christ and how the gospel truly is good news. This series, of course, I hope is helpful to anyone who watches, but I'm specifically thinking of people who maybe don't yet know Jesus, who are not yet Christians, or people who just became Christians. But I also hope this series will be helpful and beneficial to you in sharing your faith. And so if you could help us out with this, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with as many people as you can so that we can get the gospel message out to a world that needs to hear it. If you have any questions or you want to know more about how to become a Christian, please get in touch with us. Our contact information is on the screen and in the video description. We would love to help you in your spiritual journey. We began these series of videos by asking, how would you define Christianity? What does it mean to be a Christian? And we've spoken about how Christianity can be defined by Jesus Christ's death, his burial, and his resurrection. That's the gospel. That's the good news that saves us. To be a Christian is to be a person who's been saved by the gospel of Jesus Christ. Yet it's important for us to realize that we're not talking here simply about a one-time decision. No, becoming a Christian is really the beginning of a brand new life, a life that we live with God. Consider Jesus' first disciples and the call that he gave them. With two powerful words, Jesus would invite them to change their lives forever. What were these two words? It was simply this: follow me. That was the call of a disciple. And with those two words, you find men who left everything to follow Jesus. They left their old lives. They left their old habits. They left their occupations. They went where Jesus went. They did what he did. They sought to soak up every word that Jesus spoke, and every day they tried to imitate his actions. Their goal, their one desire, was to be like Jesus Christ, the one who would become Lord of their lives. This is what it meant to be a follower of Jesus. When Jesus got ready to go back into heaven and be with the Father, he gave those followers, those disciples, one final command. And that command is found in Matthew chapter 28. And it reads like this: "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to observe all that I've commanded you. And behold, I'm with you always to the very end of the age." What was Jesus telling them? Well, he was telling his disciples to go and to make more disciples. In other words, he was telling his followers to go and help more people follow Jesus, to create more people who want to go where Jesus goes, to be led by Jesus, to soak up his words and imitate his actions. And so, to become a Christian means that we become a follower of Jesus Christ. We strive to live like he lived, to speak like he spoke, to do the things he did. This is what it looks like for us to be a Christian, to be a follower of Jesus Christ. But becoming a follower of Jesus is not always easy. Jesus said that we must count the cost and that we must be ready to deny ourselves, to take up our cross and follow him. For some, becoming a Christian has cost them their friends and their relationships. For other people, it's cost them their lives. Some people have endured persecution. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people have lost their worldly possessions. But they did it all to be followers of Jesus Christ. As I mentioned, Jesus said in Luke chapter 9 and verse 23, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me." To become a follower of Jesus means self-denial and cross-bearing. Doesn't exactly sound like a bed of roses, does it? But following Jesus is the essential heart of our Christian faith. Now, you might hear those words and you might think, well, why would anyone choose that life? It sounds hard. It sounds like it might be painful. It sounds like I'm going to have to give up some things. Why would I choose that? Well, the answer lies in the fact that this is what Jesus chose for us. Jesus Christ denied himself the glories and splendors of heaven. He came to this world and he bore a literal cross, a cross that led to his death. He was beaten, he was humiliated, he was scorned, he was mocked, all so that you and I could be set free from our sin, so that we could be with him for all eternity. Being a Christian isn't easy, but God emphasizes throughout his word that those who follow him will ultimately find it all worthwhile in the end. You see, we are assured that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed to us. Yes, being a Christian can be a difficult life to live, but it is a life that ultimately is filled with joy and the expectation of living life with God for all eternity. Are you ready to make the commitment to become a follower of Jesus Christ?